So for today's practice, we are going to focus on opening up the heart center, so our heart chakra, where we sometimes feel a little bit enclosed, and we tend to have a lot of round shoulders in life. Everybody does. I have to catch myself quite a lot when I look in the mirror because they're so rounded from so many years sitting constantly at a desk from 9 till 5. So we're going to open up the shoulders today, find some release there, and in turn release something from the just behind the neck, the back of the neck, and some release through the lower spine as well. So we'll do a little bit of back bending as well today. So when it feels good, just rest your hands on your thighs and just starting in a seat. I like to sit on top of a block and kind of tilt the pelvis slightly forward. So if you do happen to have anything at home that you can sit on just to start with, so that we can keep the spine nice and long, and kind of allow the knees to rest down towards the ground. You're always welcome to be kneeling as well if that feels comfortable today. So we're going to bring hands to thighs, and if you want to invoke some energy today, let's bring the palms facing upwards, index finger and thumb come together, and just start to take a deep breath in and bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, slowly soften your shoulders all the way down, and just start to draw your chin in towards your chest. So just drawing the crown of your head up towards the sky. So just imagine that there's a string just above your head, and someone's pulling that string, just forcing you to kind of really lengthen through the spine all the way up to the ground. Just go ahead and close down your eyes as we start our practice today. I'm just going to keep a really small kind of tightness through the core, just to keep us really sitting upright, and just allowing that lumbar curve to just continue through the spine. So allowing the shoulders to soften, we'll start to bring a gentle breath in. And just recognizing how your breath feels. So without actually concentrating on the breath to start with today, we'll just let it flow easily. But just bringing some awareness in. So throughout my classes, I really enjoy bringing in a zen, so that we can kind of absorb ourselves completely into the practice. So when we focus so much on the practice, we become a little bit more aware of the body, how it feels and what it needs. So we're going to bring that through the practice today. And a great way to do that is by using our breath. So breathing deeply in through your nose. And just let a soft breath out of your mouth, let it go. It can be more of a sigh if that feels good. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Just taking another deep breath in. And another deep breath out. I'm going to make those breaths a little deeper. Breathing in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that breath at the top. And softly exhaling out of your mouth for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top. And exhale, let it go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Softly exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more like this. Breathe it in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top. And exhale, let it go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's breathe deeply in and out of the nose. Cultivated Ujjayi breath. So when we say Ujjayi breath, we're absorbing all the breath, but we're keeping it at the back of the throat rather than being so nasally. So closing down the lips, bring that soft breath in, and letting that breath go, almost making that sound of Darth Vader at the back of your throat. We're going to hold on to that breath just to allow us to remain purely present in the moment, and just being in tune with the body as it moves. high. Let's take an inhale, reach arms up nice and high. Palms come together at the top. As you exhale, cactus, open your arms and lift through your heart. When you kind of guide the shoulders down, notice if you can squeeze the scapulars of your shoulders towards each other, just that touch more. Take a breath in as you reach your arms up nice and high. Exhale as you draw the elbows down, cactus through the arms, just keeping your spine nice and long. If it feels good, take the gaze upwards. Take another breath in and reach your arms up nice and high. As you exhale, cactus down your arms, lift through your heart, open up your throat. We'll take one more like this. Inhale, reach arms nice and high. Get long through the side body. Exhale as you cactus, open your arms, lift through your heart. Take a breath in to reach your arms nice and high. As you exhale, bring your hands all the way down. We're going to take a bind behind us. So that could be interlacing hands or grabbing your elbows from behind. I just want you to sit up nice and tall in that bind. So if you do have your hands, kind of bring a little micro bend to your elbows, just so that you can squeeze those scapulars together that little bit more. Just allowing the heart to lift, but notice that core control that you had at the start. We want to keep hold of that, just so that you can keep nice and strong through the upper body. And just avoiding that rounding through the shoulders today as we move through the practice. We're going to keep the chin tucked slightly in so your neck is nice and long. Now we're slowly going to take our hands, if you do have hands in your grasp, to the right side body. So if you do have your arms, you can just grab your arms and kind of draw them over to the right side. But you might find that grabbing the arms is pretty easy to do when you have them just at one side. We want to relax down the shoulders, so we want to draw that left shoulder down as much as possible. Now keeping your chin tucked in, spine nice and long, I'm going to tilt the head over to the right. So that right ear is just above your right shoulder. Just bringing that breath in, bringing that breath out, and just noticing any sensations you feel here. So for me today, I'm feeling a tightness, kind of, it feels like inside the right scapula. It's because I've got a tight knot there right now. So you're going to feel it where it's tightest. Now keeping that tilt in your head, just point your nose down towards the ground, as though you're going to sniff your right armpit. So just noticing the sensations there. Once again, we're sitting up nice and tall, spine is nice and long. We want to squeeze those scapulars together and guide the shoulders down. Slowly using that breath to allow the muscles to soften a little bit more. Now slowly point your nose forward and then bring your head back through center, and then we'll just take the hands or the arms behind us just to neutralize the spine. Okay, we're going to take it over to the other side. So finding that grasp to the left side of your waist. Chin tucks in, spine is nice and long, little core engagement. And just go ahead and tilt your head to the left. And then just noticing the sensations here. Where are you feeling it the tightest? Maybe it's a pull down the right side of your neck. Maybe it's behind the neck. Maybe it's in the shoulder. And just allowing the shoulders to soften away from your ears. Keeping that chin slightly tucked in. Just feeling those sensations, maybe relaxing the head a little bit more. Just bringing in that soft breath and letting it go. And then from here, let's point the nose down towards the left armpit. And still keeping that tilt through your head, and just noticing if you have more movement on one side versus the other. So I definitely know, I can sense that I've got more movement on this side versus the other side. So just knowing where you are that tightest today. I'm going to go ahead and point the nose forwards. Slowly bring your head back through center, and then neutralizing, just taking that grasp behind you, giving shoulder blades a little squeeze, core is engaged. And then gently releasing your hands and just roll your shoulders back a few times, start to unravel. Okay, if you are sitting on something, remove it. We're going to find a comfortable seat, so just a nice, easy cross-legged position to start with. All right, we're going to find a little twist, so extending your legs. I'm going to cross the right leg over the left leg, and just take that right hand behind you as a little kickstand. Extend your left arm nice and high, and slowly start to twist to the right, and either hanging on to that right knee and just sitting up nice and tall, or maybe hugging that left elbow just on the outside of that right knee. Maybe if you're lucky enough, you get a little crack in the back, you have a tiny one there. We want to keep the spine nicely lifted, so taking a big breath in, see if you can lift through your heart, through your waist. As you exhale, soften the shoulders down, gaze back behind you, and guide the right shoulder blade back. So you're finding that opening through the heart center. Just softly bring the belly button in so that you can twist a little bit more. Breathe it in. Breathe it out as you hold it here and twist a little more. Take a soft breath in. And as you exhale, slowly come back through center. We'll keep legs where they are. Take your hands over to the left side of your body. Just lower your heart down to counter twist. Just taking that gaze back behind you. Slowly come all the way back up. We'll take that on the other side. So straightening your right leg, bending the left knee, take it across the leg. Left hand goes behind you for a little kickstand. Right arm extends to the sky. Breathe it in. Exhale as you twist over to the left. Now as you twist, start to relax the shoulders, lift through the heart, allow the upper body to get nice and tall. Taking a deep inhale, and as you exhale, softly gaze over your left shoulder, just allowing that left shoulder to relax down away from your ear, bringing that belly in so that you can twist a little deeper, and using that UGI breath. And softly come back through center. We'll take hands towards the ground and then slowly gaze back behind you to counter twist. And gently come back through center, just sitting up nice and tall and just finding your space at the top of the mat. Okay, I'm going to come onto all fours. So, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide, setting up that foundation. Finding our cow and cat today with just a little bit of movement, keeping it fluid today. With an inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Just allow your belly button to drop towards the ground, sending your tailbone up towards the sky. With an exhale, round through your spine, take that gaze inward and just allow your head to hang really heavy. So take a moment to maybe shake the head and nod your head, make sure it's definitely relaxed. And just allow the shoulder blades to spread apart. With an inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, relax your shoulders down away from ears. Exhale as you round your spine and let your head hang. Just taking a few more rounds like this, just at your own pace, at your own breath. Noticing how you can unfurl the spine, let the head go, let it relax a little bit deeper. We hold a lot of tension in the back of the neck. I notice when I teach a lot of classes, I'll say to relax the head, but we still seem to have our head kind of just really rigid. So noticing if you can soften the head a little bit more, taking little sways side to side with the head, little nods, it's going to release so much tension and a little bit of release. Just take a couple more rounds here wherever you are. And when you feel complete, we'll come back to all fours, take your knees nice and wide, toes to touch, find a child's pose. Just extend your arms forward. Just allow your forehead to melt towards the ground. Let your head hang nice and heavy between your arms. And drawing your glutes down towards your heels. And just bringing in that soft breath. And 2 more rounds of breath here. Big soft breaths in. Big soft breaths out. Big inhale. Big exhale. And as we slowly rise up onto hands, start to bring your knees in. We'll just stretch out the wrists a little before we start. So fingers pointing towards your knees, palms facing down. And just if arms are straight, take a little rock forward and back. You can always walk the hands a little closer towards the knees so it's not as intense. Just notice how it feels for you. And then we'll just reverse that. So palm facing upwards, fingers point to the knees. I like to start towards the knees first, and if that feels okay, walk the hands a little further up. Just guiding the crease of your elbow forward and maybe a little rock forward, but forward and back if it feels good. Alright, so once we've loosened those, it will shake one hand out, place it down, shake one hand out, place it down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high, find your downward facing dog, and bring some movement in. As you bend your right knee, maybe lift that right leg off the ground and guide the left heel to the earth. Just opening up that left hamstring, letting your head hang heavy as you gaze down towards that left butt. Sending your tailbone upwards towards the sky, and we'll do the other side. So bring the right foot down. As you bend that left leg, maybe lift that left leg off the earth. Guide that right heel down towards your mat. Bringing in that strength through your arms as you grip the ground with your fingertips. Finding that strength through the arms. Slowly bringing the left foot down. Maybe just bending one knee, then the other. Maybe sending the hips a little side to side just to bring some release. Noticing if you want to shake the head, letting any tension go. Getting any little wiggles out this morning. And when it feels right, find stillness. Draw tailbone to the sky. Just imagine that you're squeezing something between your forearms. And it's natural to want to have to strain your neck to kind of look at the screen, but I do encourage you to just listen to my voice, really tune in, and just let the head relax as you move through your practice today. Alright, let's take an inhale, bend the knees, take that gaze forward, step or walk to the top of your mat, find a forward fold and hang really heavy. Let's take an inhale and lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale as you melt and forward fold. Keep a little bend in the knees. Root your heels down, slowly rise up to stand. Reach your arms high, bring palms together at the top. With an exhale, cactus, open your arms, a little bend in the knees as you take the throat back and gaze up. Inhale to reach your arms nice and high. As you exhale, bring the right hand down by your side, lean over to the right, take that gaze upwards. So pointing through your left fingertips. With an inhale, slowly come back through center and reach arms back up high. Exhale, cactus, open your arms once again, lift through the heart. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Bring that left arm down by your side, leaning over to the left. Take that gaze up as you inhale. Exhale as you slowly come back through center, reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, gently forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Hold it nice and strong as you press your heels away. Draw your belly button in, finding that strength through the arms. With an inhale, hinge your body forward, tips of your toes. And then just really slowly lowering all the way down to the ground. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Feet can go a little bit wider apart. As you inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, finding cobra pose. And I want to guide the shoulders down away from the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So I want to avoid the rounding through the shoulders. And then exhale, release back down. Take another inhale, lift your heart. Just taking that gaze just towards the top of your mat so you're not straining your neck. Just relax the shoulders down. And exhale as you release back down. Just one more. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. finding that cobra, or lifting up a little higher, but only if you can keep your shoulders down away from your ears. We want to keep that nice soft shoulders. We want to keep the chin slightly tucked in, just working that lower core in the lower spine. Exhale, release all the way back down. Tuck your toes, press up, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. With an inhale, lift your right leg nice and high, bend your knee and stack your hip. Find some hip circles here as you open up the right knee. Just guiding your right armpit to the ground, just to keep your shoulders nice and square. And we'll circle in the opposite direction. So take an inhale to lift that right heel nice and high. Exhale, draw right knee to right elbow and hug it in. Inhale to extend the right heel high. Exhale, step that right foot through between your hands. And just pausing here, either on fingertips or if you happen to have blocks underneath the hands. So we want to keep that nice long length from the right foot to the left foot. So nice wide stance. Right knee above the right ankle. And keeping the left leg nice and active, press that left thigh bone up towards the sky. Lift your belly off that right thigh and then slowly start to rise up. Reach arms high for your high crescent lunge. Pointing fingers to the sky, reach up nice and tall through the waist. Take a soft inhale. As you exhale, soften down your shoulders. Find a breath in. As you exhale, just open your arms and lift through your heart. With an inhale, we're going to reach the arms high, straighten the front leg, and really slowly and mindfully hinge the body forward. Now, if you do have props, that would be helpful to have them underneath your hands, unless your fingers reach the ground. And just forward fold here as you let your head go, let it relax. Let's take a deep breath in here. Exhale as you sink a little bit more. Inhale as you bend your front knee, rise all the way up, arms reach tall, sink into that front knee, and cactus, open your arms, lift through your heart, take the gaze up. Inhale, reach nice and tall. Exhale as you straighten the front leg, reach forward and down to fold. Just taking a breath in here. Exhale, melting a little bit more. Just one more like that. Inhale to bend the front knee. Reach all the way up, keeping balance. Exhale, catch us open the arms. Maybe take that gaze up, open up the throat. Inhale, reach arms high, straighten the front leg, hinge forward and down as you gaze in towards that right knee. This time, slowly bend the front knee, getting the feet nice and stable. Reach arms up high, bring the left heel down, open up warrior two. So taking arms out to a T, taking that gaze forward to that right hand, sinking nice and deep into the front knee. So if you can, notice if you can grip the ground with your left foot. So the left leg is nice and active as well. So if you grip the ground with the left foot and then just kind of feel your left quad, it should feel stronger, tighter. That means we're working that leg as well. So sink into the front knee, open up that right inner thigh, take that gaze forward, soften down the shoulders. Keep that lumbar curve in your spine, use that UGI breath. Taking that gaze forward, take an inhale, reach the right arm forward, exhale as you straighten the front leg and reverse triangle. Just take the gaze up, pointing through the right fingertips. Can you take that right arm a little straighter? Just allowing that left hand to relax down the left leg. Just bringing in that breath. Softly inhale, softly exhale. Using that UGI breath, inhale, grip the ground with your feet. Slowly hinge forward, reach that right arm forward, down towards the ground for Trikonasana. And if you don't have any props, you can just rest your hand on the inside of your right leg and extend the left arm high, unless your hand does reach the ground. And then I like to place my hand on the outside of my right leg. If it feels good through the neck, take that gaze forward or up towards the sky. You can always just take the gaze down. In this pose, we want to keep the heart nice and open, so we want to stack the shoulders. So just be mindful to see if your left shoulder is kind of propped on top of the right, that your left shoulder is on top of the right shoulder. So we want to keep the heart center nice and open. We don't want to feel like collapsed. So keeping that opening, bring that breath in and that breath out. So often I love this pose, but I have to look down so that I don't strain my neck too much. So just being mindful of how things feel in your body, where you need to take you through your practice. We're going to invite a soft breath in and bring that left hand to your hip as you take the gaze down towards your right foot. We're coming into a balance. So start to bend the front knee, step the left foot forward. We're going to launch the right hand forward for a half moon. So you can have a prop underneath your hand as you lift that left leg. If balance isn't your friend today, absolutely fine. Just take it wherever you want to take it today. If you're up for the balance, ooh, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. We're going to keep that left leg lifted and keep the left foot nice and flexed. So maybe that left arm goes up towards the sky. Maybe that right hand comes down to the heart center or out in front of you. Want to open up through the hips. So guiding the left hip back, guiding the left shoulder blade back, finding that opening here. Take a breath, gaze down, swoop the left hand and left foot down to meet the right foot and forward fold, hand really heavy. Just take the feet a little bit wider apart, just allow the body to really melt here as you gaze down and back behind you. Let's take an inhale as you lift up halfway to a flat back, and exhale as you melt and forward fold. With an inhale, slowly rise up to stand, reach your arms up high to the sky, palms come together. As you exhale, cactus, open your arms, lift through your heart, a little soft bend through the knees. Inhale as you reach arms nice and high. Exhale to bring the right arm down by your side. Left arm lifts over your head. And slowly come back through center as you reach the arms together. Exhale, cactus the arms, little bend in the knees, take the gaze up. Inhale as you reach your arms high, left arm comes down by your side, leaning to the left. Pointing through the right fingertips. As you slowly come back through center, reach the arms to the sky. Palms come together as you exhale, send your booty back, little bend in the knees, forward fold. Hang nice and heavy. With an inhale, lift up halfway to a flat back. As you exhale, we're going to bring hands towards the ground. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Press your heels away, get nice and strong through your plank. You're always welcome to bring the knees down if you are here, but if you do have the legs extended, we're going to find that core engagement and press the shoulder blades up towards the sky. So that rounding in the spine is a nice way to open up the shoulders. With an inhale, hinge forward, tips of your toes. As you exhale, lower to your chaturanga. So whether it's lowering all the way down, bringing the knees down, lowering halfway. Inhale, lift cobra or upward dog. We want to roll the shoulder blades back, lift through the heart. Exhale as you slowly lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big breath out of your mouth, let it go. Another like that, deep breath in. Big breath out. With an inhale, lift your left heel nice and high. Bend your knees, stack your hip, and circle that left knee in one direction. Be nice and strong through the arms, and circling in the opposite direction. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Inhale to lift the left heel high. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hug it in, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale to extend. Exhale as you bring the left foot forward between your hands, slowly pausing here on fingertips, or if you have props underneath you. Want to extend through the back leg,
Keep left knee above the left ankle and just lifting your belly off that left thigh. So really drawing the belly button in. Getting nice and strong here as you slowly rise all the way up. Reach your arms high. Press the back heel away so you're getting nice and strong through the back leg. Reach your arms to the sky. Get nice and long through that side body. As you exhale, soften the shoulders down. Finding that Ujjayi breath as you hold it here, nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, cactus, open your arms, open up the throat as you gaze upwards. Inhale, reach arms high. Exhale to straighten the front leg, reach the arms forward and down. Letting your head hang nice and heavy. Feeling that stretch, maybe down that left hamstring. Your next inhale, bend your front knee, reach all the way back up. Cactus the arms, lift through your heart. Inhale, reach arms nice and high, straighten the front leg. Reach forward and down. Letting the head hang nice and heavy. Inhale to bend your front knee, reach all the way back up. Cactus the arms, lift your heart. Maybe finding more of an opening at each time. Inhale, reach tall, bend through the, straighten the front knee, reach forward and down. Drawing that belly button in. This time we're going to bend through the front knee, reach all the way up. And then bring the right heel down, open up warrior two. Arms reach out, so just taking a glance back at the right hand, making sure it's in line with the left arm. Fingers pointing away, sink into the front knee, open up that inner left thigh. Grip the ground with your right foot, feeling nice and stable through the legs. As you take that gaze forward, soft inhale, soft exhale as you melt the shoulders down and maybe sink a little deeper into the pose. Next inhale, reach the left hand slightly forward. Exhale, reverse triangle, left arm lifts up and over, straighten the front leg. As you gaze upwards, that will just allow the heart to open to the sky. And softly taking that left shoulder blade back in space. And noticing sensations here. So in this pose it's very simple, but I feel a lot of tension, a lot of tightness all through the lower spine. So that just means that that is where I am the tightest. So just acknowledging that and sending your breath there. Let's take a deep breath in. Slowly hinge forward, taking that left arm forward as far as possible. Legs are both straight, so you bring that left hand down towards the ground and extend the right arm high. Try not to hang onto your leg because that's going to put pressure on your joints. So either resting your hand against a leg or just hovering off the earth, working a bit of core strength, or maybe using a prop underneath you. And if you do have a prop or your hand is to the ground, it will just help you melt a little bit more into the pose. So we want to keep the heart nice and open. We want to keep the shoulders stacked. Just noticing if you send the booty slightly back, if you can fold that little bit more while still opening up the heart. We're going to take a soft breath in here. Just melting a little more on the exhale. Slowly take that gaze down towards your left toes, right hand to your hip. Bend into the front knee. Step the right foot slightly forward as you come to half moon. Bring that left hand maybe to the ground or a prop as you lift the right leg. Guide the right hip back in space. Right arm to the sky. Getting nice and strong in that half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. We're going to hold it nice and strong here and drawing in your belly button. So finding that core strength is always a good way to hold on to balance. Maybe take that left hand in a different variation. Just finding a place that feels good for you. Holding onto that breath, holding onto that balance. And then slowly start to swoop your right hand and right foot down to the ground to meet your left foot. And hang heavy forward fold, take those feet a little wider apart. Taking a few little sways here side to side, whether the arms are hanging or hands to elbows. Allow your body to loosen up here. Little sways in a forward fold always feel pretty good. Definitely feel nice to do throughout the day. Release any tension any stress. Brings a nice calming sensation after any forward fold. It feels good. Bring hands to the ground and just bring the feet about hip distance apart. We'll take an inhale to just lift up halfway. And then exhale as you fold, plant hands to the ground and step back and move through a flow or straight to downward dog or child's pose, your choice. If you're moving through a flow, high to low plank. Inhale, lifting to your upward dog. And exhale, finding downward facing dog. Once you have arrived in your downward dog, we'll all meet in a child's pose. Taking the knees nice and wide, toes come to touch, creeping the fingertips forward, and just melting your heart and your head down to the earth. Just taking a moment here to close down your eyes. Noticing if the hips feel a little softer this time around. And bringing in that really soft breath. I'm going to open up the shoulders a little bit more today. And slowly start to press yourself up. Bringing hands to the ground, knees in. We're just going to roll onto our belly. Okay. If you want to wiggle to the the right edge of your mat, that will mean you're just going to stay on the mat. So just lifting your head, we're going to take that left arm out to a T. And you can do this without any props, unless you need something underneath your head. So keeping that left arm out to a T, we're going to use the right hand as a support next to the right side of our body. We're going to roll onto that left shoulder, taking that right leg and maybe just resting it behind the left leg. If you have range, you might want to bend the right knee and place that right foot on the ground. For me, I'm not very open here, so I'm just going to let that right leg relax. So it depends how it feels in your body, how open you might be in the shoulders, or maybe even in the hips. Allowing your head to relax down to the ground. Maybe closing down the eyes. Just bringing that breath in. That soft breath out. Just staying here for another round of breath. When it feels ready, we'll slowly roll onto our bellies, bringing hands to the ground, and then wiggling over to the left edge of the mat so that you have this space. We're going to take that right arm out to a T, and then slowly roll onto your right shoulder so that you're also onto your right hip. And just taking your legs wherever it feels comfortable. So yeah, you might have the range to be able to bend the left knee. I do not, so I am just going to rest that left leg on the ground behind the right leg. For me, that feels good. It's always important to acknowledge how it feels best for you, not how it looks or what anyone else is doing. And you're only looking at me anyway, so that's pretty easy. But always listening to your body, because it might not feel good to do exactly what I do. It's going to feel different in everyone's body. Just being uber aware of how everything feels is so important. One side might feel a lot tighter than the other. So just acknowledging that and sending breath there. So such a good stretch to come back to whenever you feel the need. When you're ready, just roll onto your belly, coming back to that neutral position. We're just going to press up, just coming onto our knees. Just sitting back on your heels just for a moment to pause, maybe closing down the eyes, just resting one hand in the other. Just taking a moment to let everything settle, absorb.
feels good, start to come onto a seat and swing your legs out in front of you. Wiggle towards the top of your mat so you have space to lay down. A couple of options. We have our boat pose. We're going to extend the arms out in front, roll the shoulder blades back, lift through the heart, draw the navel in. Either feet are rooted to the ground or lift your legs and find your boat pose. So we're going to hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly lower to the earth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms up over your head, take a full body stretch. Point through your fingers, point through your toes. And as you exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock side to side. Just hold on to your knees, take the knees nice and wide. Just create some nice big circles with the knees, taking them in one direction. And taking them into the opposite direction. And slowly bring your feet down to the ground. Bring soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide. And just either taking your arms down by your sides, or maybe to a cat just feels really good right now. Closing down your eyes and just take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Acknowledging where you are right now, how your body feels against the ground. Noticing if you need anything additional to your practice. As we slowly make our way to our Shavasana. Maybe keeping your body exactly where it is. And taking your legs nice and long down the mat. However it feels comfortable. Just allowing your body to fully rest here in stillness. It's so important that we give ourselves this time at the end of a yoga practice, so that your body and your mind can just absorb all the feelings, all the sensations. Allowing the body to reset, acknowledging what feels good, maybe what doesn't feel so good. And just allowing that breath to become nice and soft. As you approach your Shavasana today, take a moment to notice if you are completely relaxed. The eyebrows soften. Maybe lick your lips and remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Letting your head hang heavy into the ground. Letting shoulders melt and sink. Arms get a little bit heavier, all the way down to your fingertips. Acknowledging your torso, maybe feeling the lift of your chest as you breathe. Allowing your hips to soften as you melt. Bringing an awareness to your legs. Letting them sink a little deeper with every breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you need today. If you are ready to move on with your day, maybe straighten out the legs. They're not already. Take your arms up over your head and take a full body stretch. Waking up for the second time today, point your fingers, point your toes. And as you exhale, bend your knees, feet to the earth, and just roll over to one side. Use your bicep as a pillow. Just take a moment of stillness. Just inviting in some inner peace. When it feels ready, with soft eyes, start to press yourself up to a comfy seat where you can sit nice and tall.
And just bringing hands to your thighs. And drawing the crown of your head up towards the sky. And take a deep breath in, reach your arms up high, palms come together. Exhale, bring your hands down towards your heart center. Take a cleansing breath in through your nose. And a cleansing breath out of your mouth, let it go. 2 more big breaths like that. Deep breath in. Big breath out of your mouth, let it go. Take 1 more big inhale. And 1 more big breath out, let it go. Slowly bow your head. Give yourself gratitude today for making your way to your mat, doing something important for your body, for your mind, for your soul. And just taking this time to always listen to your body and do what it feels like it needs to. It's always talking to you. So little note to self. It's been my pleasure to guide you. Enjoy the